I'd like to welcome everyone to the ATTO Technology and MT-Cis webinar. Today we're going to discuss leveraging the power of software-defined storage in a data fabric environment. I'm Michelle Seifert, International Sales Executive, and presenting with me today, I also have Matt Mercurio, our Senior Customer Engineer for ATTO Technology, as well as Valerie Guillerme, the founder of Nodeum by MT-Cis. So I'd like to get started and go over a little bit about ATTO Technology to give you some background about ourselves. We're very proud to be in our going into our 30th year as a leader in the storage connectivity market. We have a broad range of products that include host adapters, RAID adapters, different products such as storage controllers. We support fiber channel, SAS, Ethernet, and Thunderbolt. We also work with a large variety of customers worldwide with distributors, resellers, and several OEM customers as well. So with ATTO Solutions, we have such a wide variety of products that we really can cover several areas, such as work group, departmental, or enterprise. And this slide shows you how ATTO products can be intermixed and used together in a lot of different varieties of solutions that we can offer customers. Looking at our product line overview, we do have a broad selection of products. We have storage controllers that are fiber to SAS. We have Ethernet to SAS storage controllers. We have a large variety of Thunderbolt devices that cover fiber channel, Ethernet, and SAS. On our host adapters, we have fiber channel and SAS. We have RAID adapters. On the network interface side for Ethernet, we have 40 and 10 gig, as well as some software products. So ATTO really is a one-stop shop when you're looking to collect your selection of products. So looking at this slide, we do offer that variety of Gen 5 and Gen 6 fiber channel host adapters. And we've tested and certified our Gen 6 16 gig and 32 gig with Nodeum. And Matt, if you would be able to assist me here and give us a little bit of an overview about this product line, that would be great.
Sure, Michelle. The core of all ATTO products is a technology that we call Advanced Data Streaming, or ADS. ADS is a latency management component which allows ATTO fiber channel adapters to not only provide high performance, but consistently high performance. This is done through hardware design and optimized driver and firmware algorithms that have been developed by ATTO. The ATTO fiber channel line also provides multipathing in the driver, removing the need to operating system-based multipathing. For those who are not familiar with the term, multipathing is the aggregation of multiple fiber channel ports to provide more bandwidth. Additionally, multipathing handles the failed port condition so that the data is always accessible to the end user without any downtime. ATTO's multipath director works not only with workstation operating systems, but we also work with server operating systems as well, providing a much easier way to manage your paths compared to the operating system's methods. Next slide, Michelle.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Along with our fiber channel product line, we also support Nodeum with our Ethernet. And those products are a 10 and our 40 gig Ethernet network interface adapters. And they have been certified and tested. Matt, there's some highlights about this product as well.
Yes. 40 gigabit NICs actually provide support for what they call RoCE, or RDMA over Converged Ethernet. And ATTO products support this as well. This provides customers with low latency, and it also allows them to hit the line speed on these adapters, and that's 3,800 megabytes per second per port. on an Ethernet network. And what that also does is it reduces the amount of memory and CPU you are using on the system, which that leaves more resources for the customer applications. And one other key feature of ATTO 40 gig products is that we actually use less power compared to the competition, which can actually reduce your costs in the data center. Okay.
All right, thanks, Matt. That was great. And at this point, I would like to introduce Valerie of MT-Cis, and he can walk us through MT-Cis and the wonderful Nodeum line.
Good morning, everybody.
Valerie, let me transition that slide. There you go.
Thank you very much, Michelle, Terry, and Matt for the introductions. And I'm very pleased to talk to you this morning. To introduce you what's MT-Cis, we are in the market from now 20 years. We are a software engineering companies. And last year, we launched a new storage management platform, Nodeum. And this platform enables you to focus on your business value add. And more especially when abstraction and orchestration is a key element now to facilitate the different data movements and data placement behind different storage silo technologies. This means that Nodeum provides a way to abstract and to orchestrate the data between flash disk storage, spinning disk, but even tapes and cloud. And all of these technologies, we present them behind a file repository, which is unique. And as you understood, we are completely softwares, and of course, working with ATTO and with the hardware components is key to do the junction with the feature set we have to provide to your business. And here you can see on the diagram, on the top we have the connectivity with your network, because we speak IPs. We speak IPs to provide CIFS and NFS protocol set for the data flows. We have as well a REST API interface for the command flow. All of these connections leverage the FastFrame cards as Matt and Michelle talk about. And what Nodeum does, it's, as I mentioned, is provide abstraction and orchestration. But it provides more in the detail the capability to catalog the content that are ingested and copied back on the side of storage. And the data cataloging is one of the main features we provide. But even more, we go in more detail in analyzing the data, in doing metadata tagging. It means that you can categorize and classify your content. And we have a search engine, which accelerates completely the capability to search after data. And in the workflow logics, you have the capability to move the content from an external storage to through Nodeum and in the back to a silo storage. But you can as well have the capability to place the content on the right storage. You can as well migrate from one storage to another storage, and you can have different type of workflows like that. And the back, again, the ATTO components permits to connect to the flash disk in block or even file. On tapes, we work files as one in cloud, of course, for the object side. And it's a complete platform, as I mentioned, which do mainly three things. You have workflows to manage online storage, offline archive, and data exchange. Online storage, you have a virtual file systems, which combines the different type of technologies you have. Can be, again, the flash, the disk, the cloud, the tapes. And all of these technologies are presented behind the virtual file systems. The end user doesn't see any difference if the data is stored on the disk or the flash. On the tapes, you just see it in the repository, in the file structures, and you can access it, the data. Of course, following the tiering, the performance are different. On an offline archive, you can decide to do an archive of the certain amount of data which is stored in the systems, and you can decide to place it in a secure way on a set of tapes, for example, for an archiving perspective, where the end users can't anymore touch the data. And the data exchange workflow is the capability to move data very easily from an outside world to the Nodeum. This is very helpful if you use LTFS as protocols to store data on tapes as well. The second thing is the smart search engine. The smart search engine completely changed the way on how users perceive the storage. We are in a world today where people are spending a lot of time. They spend at least 20% of their time to search after the data they need. This is from studies like McKinsey on IDC. They mentioned that people are spending 20% of their time to search after the data. And this we understood in Nodeum to provide the importance to provide an easy storage management system where you will be capable to search after the data, to use it, but even more as well to get the security perspective that the data are well stored, are well protected, or are well archived. Then you can use keywords, as I mentioned, to search after the data. You can use as well metadata to classify and categorize your content. And you can now, in milliseconds, have a look on what you have in your storage in terms of files content. And this you can get it in milliseconds, even if you manage 10 million, 100 million, 1,000 million of files, because we are very highly scalable. And the third point, important as well to understand that for a business perspective, for a user's perspective, for an IT professional perspective, managing petabytes of data is very complex thing. We want to make it very easy to do, very intuitive, and providing trends analysis metrics about the storage usage is very important as well. And we are not doing only a storage report saying you know that your storage is used at this percentage, you have this amount of IOPS that are generated in read and write, such kind of this nature that, of course, all of the competitors and vendors are doing well. No, we are really more providing you what file is used by who, when. Then you can get metrics and reports per share folders, per users, per group of users, and you have visual graph showing you when the data has been used by who, when. Then you can start to change your way of managing your storage to very classify and position the data that are often used on the right storage, the fastest and the highest performance, and the data that are not so often used can move back to other tiers which are slower and more cost effective. Quick customer case, where you will see in this customer case the hardware we used, as we mentioned, to get the hardware performance we need, and of course as well the open connectivity from fiber channel to Ethernet, to 40 gig Ethernet, 10 gig Ethernet we need. And we need as well the components you can see here. On the right is a customer case where the customer has different type of workload. You can see some genetic labs with microscope, with DNA sequencer, who are generating so many data in petabytes per year. You can see as well some office computing, and you can see as well some primary, very performance storage like an Azilon, StorNext, or HNAS, which are very performance drivers, and which is used to store primarily the data. And on the top, you can see the Nodeum components. We provide, of course, the capability to create the share, the NAS perspective, and we use different tier of storage. We use disk, nearline, and we use high tape capacities. With these models, we can move from very small amount of data to the higher capacity. And here we were capable to grow from 30 terabytes to a maximum of 1.8 petabytes. And the workflows were defined to go from the warmest usage of data, which was stored on the faster disk, to the coldest usage of the data in using the trans analysis to move to the slowest media that was stable. And the decision driver on why they were looking for such kind of solution is to not talk anymore about storage, about archiving, about data protection, because at 1.8 petabytes is no way to continue to split such kind of components. They wanted to have some things that can manage the storage and automatic archiving to scale from a small amount or 100 terabytes and scale it fast to 1.8 petabyte max. And using the API can help them, of course, as well to manage all of their workflows and cataloging. The decisions to move from the warmest and coldest was very driven by the data analysis modules that give them the visibility. And the catalog as well was key to control the content. They were looking for something as well that are no vendor locking on when the data is stored, but having the storage management platforms to move the data on the right backend storage through the workflows, as I mentioned. And yeah, have the way to get it very easy and without any complexity, and have it intuitive was very key for them at this point. Yeah.
Thank you, Valerie. That was a great overview of our joint solution. So at this point, I want to let everyone know that we did record this webinar and we'll make it available to you. The following two slides, this has the contact details about Nodeum, and well as you can find this information on their website. And this is the contact details for ATTO. And we do have our contact details as well on our website. So this really concludes our webinar. I'd like to thank Nat and Valerie for joining me today. And I hope this was educational and giving everyone a little bit more background and information about using ATTO and Nodeum together. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a great day. Stuck.